Welcome to day 3 of the Pathway to Profit as a Yoga Teacher 5-day challenge. Day 3, the 4 stages of business. Where should you focus? In the last 2 days, I explained why what you focus on, where you direct your energy and invest your time or money, is absolutely critical when it comes to building a steady income from your teaching, so that you can relax and focus on serving your students and building your business. Day 3 is the most important day of this challenge, because this is where you'll learn to identify your fastest track to generating steady income that you can then reinvest to grow your yoga business if that's what you want to do. You know, I see too many yoga teachers who get overwhelmed, stuck, or stalled because of one or many of the following things. They focus on the wrong tasks that aren't going to move them forward the fastest. They suffer from what I call learning junkie syndrome, where they think that if they go on yet another yoga course, it'll make them a better yoga teacher, so therefore they will attract more students to them. But the problem is, that's not the issue. The issue is, the students right now don't even know that you exist. And if that's the case, it doesn't matter how many qualifications you've got, you're not going to fill your classes. Bright shiny object syndrome, where you're drawn to someone who tells you that you should be writing blogs, you should be writing a book, you should be all those things that we talked about in day 2 that distract us and take us away from what we really should be focusing on at the stage of business that we're at. When you're lured by the promises of big income, especially online, using high-end signature programs, but you're a raw beginner, you get mired in all this stuff, when actually what is needed is that you need to learn to walk before you can run. You know, just because you see teaching online as something that might be good to do doesn't mean that that's what you need to do now, and doesn't mean that if you've tried it, it won't work for you, or that there's something wrong with you. It's more likely that you're just trying to run before you can walk. And we all know how that turns out. You fall flat on your face. I get just a little tired of seeing all these marketing gurus selling the dream of taking a yoga business online, of developing passive income streams, of selling high-end signature programs to yoga teachers who haven't even yet learned how to bring in a steady few hundred a month from their teaching. In my opinion, that's bonkers. What I advocate in terms of your yoga business strategy may not seem so sexy, but it's more likely to help you walk really well before you run. You see, earning a regular 6 figures or more, working online or having passive income streams as a yoga teacher is possible. But believe me, there ain't no shortcut to the process. If making 6 figures or more teaching yoga was that easy, every yoga teacher would be doing it, and they're not. And for some teachers I know, they realize that that business model isn't really for them anyhow. They want something different. But it's easy to get caught up in the sexiness. I get it. I really do. I just want you to know what you're letting yourself in for. And this is why your why becomes so critical. Your vision for how you spend your days, your other commitments, what's realistic for you based on your current skill, your current desire, your current motivation. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with deciding that you want to just teach a few classes a week so that you have time for your kids, your partner, your hobbies, whatever is important to you, and yet still be able to generate a good income from teaching less than 10 classes a week. That's what I do. It is perfectly possible. So I'm all about clarity. Clarity in terms of what you really want as a yoga teacher right now and why you want it. Clarity and honesty about where you are at this moment, and getting sharper about what you need to focus on next to move you forward. And most important of all, clarity instead of rose-colored spectacles about what your choice will entail in terms of time, energy, and money. You know, this is your career, and you can't catapult yourself to CEO in the first year. That's why we spent days 1 and 2 helping you get really clear about your vision and the amount of time that you can realistically devote to building your yoga business right now. So in the interest of clarity, I'd like to share with you what I see as the 4 stages of building a yoga business from scratch to celebrity, big buck status. Because the truth is, recognizing the stage of business that you're at and using that as your guide about what to focus on first is what is going to help you to gain momentum and confidence far more quickly than trying to jump ahead of yourself too soon. So remember, this is your career, and you can't catapult to CEO any more than you can do a headstand in your first yoga class, unless you're a gymnast already, of course. So let's have a look at the 4 stages of business and help you identify not only which stage you're at, but what your goals might be at that stage and what tasks you really need to focus on, and then forget everything else if you're at that stage. Stage 1, I call the world's your oyster stage. And this is your stage if you are just starting out as a yoga teacher. Maybe you've not even qualified yet. Maybe you're qualified, but you're still finding your feet. Maybe your confidence is a bit shaky. Maybe you've heard about niching, but you've no idea what yours might be or how to go about it. And maybe you have some big ideas about how your business might look, but you're not sure if your ideas will work. Your goal and your focus, if you recognize that this is the stage that you are at, should be to gain experience, to help you connect with real live students, find your unique value, and begin to define your niche. And the best tactics for you to focus on, and what I suggest you do is, now that you have your Toggle account set up, you put these tactics as projects within your Toggle and think about how much time you're going to spend working on them so you can clearly start to see the progress that you're making. So get your CV written, network with other teachers or studios, offer cover for classes so you can gain more experience. Talk to your existing students who know, like, and trust you. Find out what they like about the way you teach. Find out what interests them. Look at the demographics of the classes and the students that tend to be attracted to you. What do you know about them? What do they seem to like? And come up with 2 or 3 ideas of where you'd like to focus as a teacher. Think next 12 months. And most importantly of all, keep up your own practice. You know, whilst this isn't a business tactic as such, do not neglect your own practice, because it's through your own practice that you'll better understand where your unique interest and focus and style lies. So that's stage 1. Stage 2 is nailing your niche and fine-tuning your offer. So by now, you've gained some confidence, you've begun to get a clearer idea of potential niches for you, you're ready to fine-tune your message and the offers that you're going to make to potential students and clients. What are your goals at this stage? Well, it's about positioning yourself in the marketplace so that you can develop clear offers with clear promises that fill up immediately and start generating clear, steady income for you, and to start getting new students through referrals. What are the best tactics to focus on? This is where you start to focus on getting a simple website up, nothing complex, but now you can start to focus. Get on Google My Business and other free directories. Choose one platform on social media and start posting regularly. And guys, I suggest that you start with Facebook. It is better than Instagram, and we haven't time in this challenge to go into in depth why this is important. But believe me, in other courses that I teach, I explain and help you to look at how you can grow your visibility through Facebook. It's a far better way of starting to grow your community and your tribe and your following. Start writing articles and blogs. Think about speaking and meetups. All of these things are things that will help you to start to build your visibility and get people to know you and see you as an expert. Stage 3 is the list building stage. This is all about growing your business and your community. And your goal and focus at this stage should be to achieve a steady income for at least 6 months. This is where your student numbers are growing without too much advertising. You know, I see too many yoga teachers start at this stage and then wonder why it doesn't work. They've not been achieving any steady income. They've not got a real pool of core students who keep coming back over and over and who bring new students in. They're not getting the referrals and they have little understanding of marketing. These are the students who are going to struggle because they're busying themselves blogging, posting on social media, getting their websites done, sorting out a workshop or retreat, advertising, trying to get private clients, literally feeling like headless chickens with not enough students to pay the bills. No wonder they give up or think they can't do this. It's all too hard. So the truth is, you've just catapulted yourself up a mountain you're totally unprepared for if you jump straight in to this stage. But if you are at this stage, what are the best tactics to focus on? Think about expanding your offerings. Now is the time to start thinking about workshops and retreats, all of which are focused on your very clear niche and your very specific promise. Now you can start reviewing your processes and your systems, your email, your payment, your booking systems, bookkeeping, all of these things that as your business grows, believe me, it is so useful to have in place. So it makes your life so much easier. This is the time when you might want to start thinking about some potential support and building a team. This is where you can consider what you can leverage. Maybe you can start to consider some online offerings. Maybe you can set up and test some simple email marketing campaigns or testing your Facebook advertising. Maybe you can write more, blogging, Facebook Lives, video and video marketing. And this is a good time to start to look at finding partners for joint ventures on larger projects. So all of these tasks are things that should be projects within your toggle if this is the stage that you're at. But here's the thing, guys. If you're doing any of this right now, but you're at the world's your oyster stage 1, or you're at nailing your niche stage 2, leave these. Focus on the tasks that you should be doing for the stage of business you're at. You can come to these when you're ready. And finally, stage 4, authority and expert status. And your goal and focus at this stage is to scale your business, scale an existing business, because now you've gained a reputation and you never have to worry about filling your classes, your workshops or your retreats or other face-to-face offerings. And maybe you've also begun to test the water, making some offers online. Now is the time to build on this, to scale. So your goals are to reach more people, to significantly leverage your income, and to free yourself to work from anywhere and stop trading time for money. What are the best tactics to focus on? Start developing higher priced offerings for a very specific market and a very specific problem. Become far more visible through social media, blogging, videos, podcasts. Write a book. Look for opportunities to speak. Find joint venture partners. Think about press releases. Think about Facebook, advertising, and developing a strategy for that. And think about high-end events and retreats. So my question to you is this: where are you in these 4 stages? Where are you in this journey? And your assignment for today is to identify which stage of business you are actually at and post your answer in the thread in the Facebook group. And more importantly, decide, commit the first action that you've identified that's right for your stage of business that you need to give your focus to over the next week.